What do you think, people? It's only your first mock-up trial, just to see what you think. Anyway, this will probably be episode 2, part 2, continuation of the toxic waste barrels. As you can see behind me is, yeah, again. Anyway, today we're going to be doing, if you remember last time, we had one of the barrels with the lid open. So today we're going to be working on some way of opening and closing that lid. So I'll spin it around, show you what we got, what we've prepped so far. Welcome back. Bench is looking messy. So we got the toxic barrel. We left the lid off. We've still got the lid there. And all I've done so far is I've used just a normal gate T-hinge and I've bent it. I've used a little spacer, plastic spacer block, and 2 screws through the lid just to hinge the lid at the moment. Nothing spectacular. I am worried about all this will be hidden anyway, so, and the lid isn't, I bolted through then instead of screwing, just because this tin is really thin on these barrels. So all this will be painted black anyway, same as the lid. It's not going to open that far. I'm hoping that we can get it sort of like that. So to do that, what I'm thinking is I've got a couple of windscreen wiper motors off an old car that I had. They still work, and they work off a motorbike battery, a car battery. I suppose I could put a 240 with a adapter down to 12 volts. And what I've done, because they got a plastic spline on them that's hard to connect to, I thought I'd be clever, and what I did was I cut threads. I don't know if it's going to focus on that, but I cut threads on the shank. Little did I know, the shank isn't moving, it's only the plastic collet. So I had to try and find a way of fixing something to that that's going to turn. So what I came up with was I had an old socket, and I basically smashed a socket over there that I can't get back off. That's super solid. So I could pour some glue down inside as well, but at the moment there's no need. So to facilitate something going round now, I could use an old square drive or something on like an L. Or what I've got so far is I've got some old bars, just bits of old bar, and I've drilled a hole in the one end, and the other end I'm going to probably notch into the socket and then tack with weld. I've drilled 2 holes so that I could have sort of a smaller radius going round and then obviously a larger, just to see which one I might use. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark that across the socket, just nibble it away roughly that depth with a grinder, and then I'll tack weld that in there. So we'll come back once I've done that and we can have a look at it working and see what that actually runs like. Stay tuned. That was a long-winded one. Okie dokie, I've got the notch cut in the top of the socket. I've cleaned some of the chrome off as well so I can try and get a decent weld. The bar then is going to fit like yay, and hopefully when that's spinny we'll have a bar that'll go up and back down and up and back down and up until back down. That should go doo 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 doo. Right, so I'll put a tack or 2 on there. We'll check the operation. Proof of concept. So we got that tacked on. So I've got him wired up So we'll give him a little touch on the battery and see how he spins. Hey, look at that. He's a bit quick, so we may have to try and slow him down somehow. Or it may look like the top is rattling up and down, so we'll have a look. So now I got to work out to devise a way of holding that upright in the barrel with an arm going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I'm thinking of using those screw points at the back and maybe like a block or something going through, and then I can cut the bar to the length I need then, and then we'll have to make an L bracket underneath to take the other end of whatever I'm going to have. Doop, 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 doop. We'll see. Look at this weather. God's sake. Really? I'd love to live in a bloody country that doesn't rain. Never mind, there you are. Anyway, let's have a look. So, proof of concept. We've got it rigged up at the moment. Temporary with a wire in to a battery. So I'm going to plug him in and we'll just have a look. So I've got to get it ready. If I can get you kind of, can I get you like that? Yeah, that'll do. So there we go. 3, 2, 1. Nah. How's that? It's not too shabby. Obviously we've got to put all foam around the lid. I'm going to clean that off because that's clear plastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop some red lights down inside, so it'll be glowing red. Paint the inside black. More foam. Paint it green. I cut some of the foam off just so the lid goes down a bit more. So anyway, I'll strip the lid off and show you what's inside and how the mechanism is working. Okay? So inside there's a bracket screwed to the lid, and then that's got a hole through it that's got a thin wire at the moment just poked through so that I can take the lid on and off as I want to. If I just pull that out at the moment, that's just an old push bike spoke. The lid then can open up fully. So there's the bracket on the lid. Don't start now with the phone. And then inside we got, sorry about the banding, it's my bloody phone. We got the handle wire I've bent into 2 loops. I've looped that on to our bar on the motor and left it slack so it's play. The motor itself I've screwed to a piece of ply and then a bit of batten then onto the ply, and then I've screwed that through the back with just a couple of screws. There you are, just to fix that in place. The ply is tight to the other side as well, and what I'll do is I'll put probably like a little plastic shield over here, just stop any, because this is going outside. Should be okay because obviously that's a windscreen wiper motor. So, but I'll just put an old cut up Coke bottle or something over there just to give the electrics a bit of chance. And then I'll run the lead down through the bottom, and I'll probably drill it out low on the back, the lead. This is just speaker lead at the moment. Obviously I'll run a bit more of a duty lead to have it running. But basically that's the mechanism. So obviously if I power in now, you can see the arm moving. There we are. Gotta watch because it'll fall in otherwise. But basically that arm will go without ripping into me foam. You get the idea. That arm goes up and down. I can't hold, stop the button. Can't hold it and do the mechanism. Anyway, you get the idea. that arm now, because it's on like a cam, goes up and down, up and down. It's attached to the lid, so obviously it's pushing the lid up and down, up and down. So, what do you think? I'm going to foam him all up, paint him all up, paint the inside black, bit of plastic over the top, touch the tin, and then we'll have a look at him go in, hopefully with the lights and everything inside. Stay tuned, we'll be back really soon. Okay, barrel's done, top's painted, foamed, got him hooked up temporary to a battery. So let's have a look if I can get there and there. How's that? Hope you enjoyed. You can make one yourself. Please click like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. See you on the next one. Stay safe.